Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here. Welcome back to another Blue Archive video. Yesterday, Nexon posted an insane roadmap for the upcoming raids for Blue Archive. So if you guys are not aware, we already checked out in the previous video about the Blue Archive, basically banner release or the roadmap basically. But yesterday's official Twitter post, we get to see a couple of interesting things for the Total Assault roadmap. So let's talk about it. So let's bring it up right here so you guys can see. As you guys can see, early of May, we will be getting a Kaiten FX Mark 0. Alright, so Kaiten raid, we have already had this before previously. It's not too difficult. I believe most of the characters that you use are going to be quite similar to what we have right now in the Hieronymus. Alright, so it is an explosive type boss. As you can see, defense type like armor. So you're going to use whatever characters that you can use. Again, those Shiroko, Shun, Mutsuki, those typical characters, those are going to be really strong in Kaiten moving forward. So yeah, if you have explosive characters like Aru, etc, Samahina, Samayori, make sure to build them. Alright, so you still have time. And then we're gonna have Binah. Now, Binah is not exactly new. We have fought Binah multiple times before. Alright, so very annoying boss. Insane is gonna be a different story, right? I'm not sure if last time Binah came out, were there an insane difficulty? I can't really remember. The last time insane difficulty was introduced, I believe Binah wasn't there. So I could be wrong about that. It's gonna be a different one for sure. I believe last time was Cheese, right? So Binah is going to be another piercing type. So get your, the likes of Yori, Cherino, Akane is going to be quite strong. Who else? I guess Hoshino and Tsubaki, if you need Maki Binah, yeah, they're going to be very, very useful against Binah for sure. So those are going to be pretty crucial in case you want to tackle the insane difficulty. And now move on to the late May. We have an indoor warfare for a new boss. Now, if you guys are not aware, this picture looks very familiar, but it's going to be Perozillo. So Perozillo is going to be introduced in late May alongside with the Natsu banner, which makes sense. So if you guys haven't checked out the other posts, we're gonna have Natsu and Mari appearing in May as well. So this is the roadmap that I've already checked out this in the separate video, the previous video, right? So we have the bunny first coming in the beginning of May, and then we're gonna have Natsu, Mari. Now, based on the comment section that you guys have been writing regarding Natsu, I get it. A lot of people have been saying that Natsu is a very good character to try to tackle Perozillo, and the reason why, very important, is for this particular boss, Perozillo has the ability to basically debuff your tanks, alright? So your tank is going to have their defense reduced to 0, something along those lines. So basically you're going to die in one hit. So having that ability, something like Natsu, to remove debuff can be really useful. But is that something that you're gonna need Natsu specifically about? Not really, right? Because if you know, we have characters that can remove debuff already, namely Chinatsu. So Chinatsu right here, I think this is a character that's easily accessible to a lot of people. As you can see, her EX skill, if we go ahead and look at her casualty treatment, her EX, you gotta at least have level 3. Alright, so if it's a level 3 and above, you can see it recovers of 254% of heal, SHP for one ally, and remove one status ailment. So she has the ability to remove debuff in a way. If you somehow don't have Natsu, obviously it's going to be way harder, because that means you can't, by bringing her, you have to not bring something else that provides offensive power, for example Hibiki and the swords, right? So keep that in mind. It's not the end of the world if you don't pull for Natsu, but I get it, like Natsu makes this boss a lot easier. Alright, so at the end of the day, if you're trying to tackle extreme, having Natsu is going to make your life 100 times, 1000 times easier, which is for sure something that players have to consider. The problem is, like I mentioned before, in the particular banner, it's really hard, right? Because if you pull for Natsu, unless you're willing to skip the bunny characters, which I do get it, alright? A lot of players have been saying that, okay, maybe don't care about the bunny as much, which are limited. In my opinion, I feel like limited is something that's way more valuable. I do think that most players are going to be pulling for the bunny and skipping Natsu, unless, here's the thing with the raids, right? If you guys are not familiar, again, I just want to stress this out, because at the end of the day, it's all upon the rankings. So right now, I am on Global Asia server. As you can see, for the Hieronymus, I was able to beat Extreme, which is the hardest difficulty, and I am ranked 949. Let's round it up to rank 1000. So reward detail. So if you are retain rank 1 to 10,000, at least on my server, in Asia server, I believe in NA or in EU is a bit different. So you can see the goal is to get here. You don't have to be like top 100 specifically. For me, at least that's how I view it. You can be top 7,000, you can be like 8,000, 9,000. As long as you get here. And a lot of people have been worried saying that, okay, so if you don't pull for Natsu, you know, you're going to struggle in Perozillo. Which I do get it, but how much would you struggle? Unless everyone else decide to, you know, not go for Binah and pull for Natsu, sure. Then maybe that's going to make the raid a lot more harder because everybody else can do it in the highest difficulty, maybe in extreme, while me, I'm going to struggle and only do hardcore, right? It's going to depend on the players as well. So at the end of the day, it's not something that you can tell right now, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't think everybody is going to skip Binah and just pull for Natsu and skip Akko altogether entirely or whatever that's to come next. So I think for Perozillo, if you're worried that you can't get into this bracket, you know, just wait and see how it goes, you know. I don't think it will be as bad as what players have said. Obviously, those players are basing their experience on JP server, which I do get. JP server are much more competitive. It's just how it is. There's more players. It's only one server, and you know, KR server is, from what I gather, pretty extreme as well. So even if you can beat extreme difficulty, some of them even get kicked out to the second bracket, which is insane. Like I think you know, those two countries or the players in those two countries are just like, generally they wail harder compared to everyone else in every single server. Now I want you guys to be aware, there is a strategy that goes into this, alright? You don't have to own a Natsu yourself, because right now we all are in a club, right? So if you are in a club, you have the ability to borrow your character's assistant, alright? I'm sure you guys are aware by now. You can just go here and then click on the unit, alright? If you don't have a particular unit, just go to assistant right here, select any of these insane 5-star from your club. Easy, alright? So you don't have to pull for Natsu specifically if there's a whale in your club that pulls for her. Just borrow that Natsu, alright? It's not going to be the end of the world. At the end of the day, this is like an insane feature. Please take advantage of this feature. I'm just waiting for Nexon to hopefully announce what's happening in June. In this case, this question mark, alright? This question mark is going to determine whether or not I'll be pulling for Natsu. I'm going to get Akko for sure. Like, Akko has been known, or is known, as the best supporter in the longest time. So please, if you can get Akko, please make sure you obtain her. She's going to be one of the most valuable characters that you can ever obtain. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of the upcoming raids. Are you guys excited for any of them? As always, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.